Shen Wenlang stared at the photo in disbelief. His breath caught in his throat. There was no more room for denial. The person he had kissed that night, the Omega he had touched, was Gao Tu. Not a stranger, not a mistake, not a memory to be buried. It was him. Gao Tu, who had loved him in silence for a decade. Gao Tu, who had lied just to stay close. Gao Tu, who was now carrying his child. Shock gave way to something deeper. Rage, but not at Gao Tu, at himself. At the years of coldness, the cruel comments, the blind hatred toward Omegas that pushed away the one person who had stood by him through everything. Regret tightened around his chest. He had never even asked Gao Tu how he felt, never noticed the pain behind the smile. He had used him, dismissed him, broken him, and now he was gone, and Shen Wenlang was drowning in guilt. He tried to stay calm, tried to think logically. He reached out to Hua Yong again, demanded more details, asked questions he should have asked years ago. Where is he? Is he safe? Is he alone? But answers didn't come easily. Gao Tu had cut ties cleanly. His new address, phone number, everything had changed. Shen Wenlang found himself spiraling. He hadn't just lost his secretary. He had lost the only person who had ever stayed by his side without expecting anything in return. For the first time, Shen Wenlang felt powerless. All his money, his power, his pride useless. He had spent years building walls, shielding himself from emotions, from vulnerability, and now all those walls had crumbled, and there was nothing left but a hollow ache in his chest, and a desperate desire to make things right. But how do you ask for forgiveness when you've been cruel to someone for years? How do you begin again when the damage already runs so deep? He looked out the window of his office, the same office where Gao Tu once stood every morning, coffee in hand, eyes full of quiet affection. Shen Wenlang had been blind to it all, and now, with every heartbeat, he was terrified it might be too late. Still, one thing was clear. Shen Wenlang couldn't sit still. He couldn't let Gao Tu raise the child alone. He couldn't let the only person he'd ever loved disappear without a fight. This was no longer about redemption. It was about love, broken, bruised, but real. And if there was even a small chance he could find Gao Tu, hold him again, and whisper the words he should have said long ago, he would take it.